Ko whakaingoatia ko Warren rāua ko Virginia Warbrick, ngā kai whiwhi o te taonga nui, ko ngā kai rangahau hitori o te tau. He kaupapa nā te rōpū Palmerston North Heritage Trust i tuku ki a rāua, e whakanui ana te taonga nei, i te maha o ngā momo āhuatanga, e āhei ai rāua ki te whāngai kōrero hitori.
How it all sort of came about in a way is that we took part in the history conference, the local history conference that we had here, and the way they kicked it off is that they all came to the marae at Manawatū, and at that event, myself and my niece talked about the history of Rangitane there, and my cousin Wiramu. And the historians there didn't really know this kind of information we were giving them, because a lot of it, well, basically all of it, was very oral history, and histories that we know of our own area coming directly from our marae.
So we were quite surprised and shocked, partly because the people who've run it in the past have written a lot. They've published, they've written articles, and it's not really something that we do a lot of, but I think it was really interesting that the Trust recognised as artists that you can tell really interesting historical stories through art and music. So I thought it was amazing of the Trust to recognise that people are out there doing other work in the area of history that's not necessarily just books.
He tangata rongonui a Warren mō na mahi hangataonga Pūrongo, ko tāna nā tōna manawa nui ki ēnei mahi i tūwhera ai tōna hinengaro ki te ako i ngā momo hitori katoa.
The interesting thing with being dyslexic, just about every artist I know has some aspect of that. It allows you to be able to see things differently to others. You may not be able to see the two-dimensional words on a page, but you can bring them out in 3 dimensions in a whole different way.
Ko ā rāua rangahau mo te kaupapa nei, he whakaatūranga i te waiata kono, he waiata e kōrero ana mo te oroko timatanga mai o te taone o Te Papaioea, ko aua hitori I kawea ki te ao.
We looked at our Māori histories, our Pākehā histories and our interactions, and created a performance that was basically around music and spoken word and what else was it? I suppose, yeah, and I think people got it and understood it.
He maha ngā hua I kōkiri tiai e Warren rāua ko Virginia I ngā māramatanga e hāngai puana ki te rohe o Manawatū me te ahu ngā take mai o ngā iwi o Rangitane.
So I think something that, and partly because of our family histories, is that 19th century aspect of New Zealand history. We spent a lot of time in that space. And I think it's partly trying to understand ourselves through our families and what they were doing back at that time, and thinking of all that massive change, you know, the migration of my families coming over from different parts of the UK, of them, you know, one part of that family coming to live here.
It's not something you go to kind of, or take part in to make a huge amount of money or create some fame for yourself, because that's just not going to happen unless you do it over and over and over and over again, and that costs a lot, and it's a lot of your time.
I whai hua ai ngā iwi I ngā rangahautanga o te toko ruane, e pāna ki a Rangitane iwi, ki ona kereme, me ona koha, ki te whakawhanaketanga, me te whakatuputanga mai o te taone o Te Papaioea. Tema Hemi, te reo o te uru. Ko te reo, te take.